Good morning. So today I'm going to start off by cementing up this ADS pipe here, getting it all set up to the right heights, and I think we're going to glue these tops on and everything. That way this road can start to be filled a little bit. We still got one more hole in there in that pipe. We do leave them, that first section, we leave the sump to build the invert, and then we put the rest of the pieces on. It's a lot easier to build the invert when you're only working out of a 36-inch sump or whatever. So we leave them like that until we get the inverts built, which should be soon. But yeah, so that's where we stand. So we're going to start cementing these things up, set the heights. You good, Mike? You good? Come up a little more right here, I guess. I think it was more on this side of the pipe there, Mike. Kind of there, and work your way towards me a little bit. A little bit more, I guess. There you go. Yep. We're getting there. This is a little time consuming, but we got these two ones done. All that's left is that. These ones are a little sucky because doing it off of a ladder, but we're getting there. We got both these pipes cemented on all three structures, inside and out. It is a time-consuming step to do that, but it is what it is. It's got to get done. So we got the insides, and we got this one done too. And we use butyl to kind of give something a bath. You know, when you go to spread the cement in there, it oftentimes just wants to fall over. So we put a little bit of that tank sealant in there. I think I had mentioned that in a previous video, but we put a little bit of tank sealant in there, gives the cement something to back up against. It seems to work out pretty good. But yeah, so we're gonna finish putting some more stone on these pipes, and then we're going to I think we're gonna swap over to the sewer. So we have, it's a little interesting how this plan is with the sewer. So they have that sewer pipe that we put in that goes to that structure right there, but we also have a pipe that goes this way. So there's actually a sewer main on both sides of the road, which is a lot of extra work, but I'm not an engineer, so I guess that's what they wanted to do. But because we got a pipe coming out this way, it's going to go down that side of the road, and there's a pipe over here going down that side of the road. Oh well, it is what it is, right? So we're going to get working on that. Mike's bringing some stone over here with the skid steer. Put a couple more buckets around this. Clock the lids on these catch basins. So the method that I use is I will shoot the curb line, which is this line right here. I'll draw that out on this cover, and then I will transfer the corner of that down to here, and then I'll snap a line or draw it with the level or whatever along here. This is where this project has vertical granite curbing, so sloped sloped curbing, sorry, not vertical, but sloped curbing. So this is where you want the curbing to end, and you got your catch basin grate there. So you snap a line, and then you can transfer this down to here, and then when you go to clock this, you know, it should be pretty close to it, close enough to where you can fix it with the brickwork on the casting. We got those two catch basins done, and we got these two clocked in as well. The last thing that we do is with the steel plates, we'll actually record it on the GPS. That way when we go back to cut up the binder to put the iron and brickwork in, we know exactly where these plates are, and we make sure that we saw cut enough out so that we can get these plates out of the ground, and we have adequate room working, doing the brickwork and stuff like that. One little mishap though, which does unfortunately happen. So you want the curbing to end up right along here, like I said. Now at the beginning, the lids that they were sending us, this distance right here to right here was 8 inches. And these ones are 12, meaning that square in this lid, this square right here, is 4 extra inches into the roadway. So it's not the end of the world. I'll just have to come up with a solution when I go to do the brickwork and do the ring and covers and everything. Maybe I'll cut that out. I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do, but that will have to get addressed. Unfortunately, you know, we're not going to move this whole structure to get 4 inches, but things happen. I don't know, something must have changed with the mold from these lids, from the lids that we got at the beginning. But it is what it is. I'll get the rest of these plates shot though, so that way we have that all recorded, and I think we're moving up there to go work on that sewer. Nothing like drilling with a brand new core bit. The other one that we had was It's getting pretty old, a couple years old, and it's drilled quite a few holes. So it was time for replacement. It was taking quite a long time to drill a hole, so we ordered up a new one. There it is right there, Mike. Which way do you want me to go? Already open, maybe?
Yeah, it should be already closed. Why are you opening it?
So, oh, what? Making sure that's not stuck. So this is open then? Don't we want it open? How are we supposed to do that way? What?
I don't know how they're going to do it, but I want everything closed. They can open and close.
Alright. Yeah?
Here?
Yep. Which way?
Left. Lefty.
Yep. Where are you? Tomorrow we are chlorinating and pressure testing the main, so we are marking out all the gates and everything, making sure everything's off so that we can isolate things when they go to do all that tomorrow. But we'll be going back up, moving on to the sewer here in just a couple minutes. Hold the pipe up, Mike. Let me stab it. I think I'm there. Come on. Okay. Got the most of this portion of the main in, of course, hitting boulder after boulder after boulder. But right there, I don't know if you can see, that's where the next structure is. So we'll dig that, we'll set it, we'll core the hole. Mike's figuring out where the next structure is, which is that way. So this pipe's going to come in and then kind of go like that. So he's figuring out where that's going to go. We'll see if I get both of those cored today. I don't know if I will. But we only wanted to put, I think, 2 or 3 pieces in. And then we're going to go back. And then we'll work on that drainage, get the drainage down here. And like I said, tomorrow we're going to be on doing the chlorination and pressure testing and stuff like that tomorrow morning at minimum. So. But we're almost got this structure, and it doesn't look like there's going to be any huge way to do this, thankfully.
Same. Yeah, so go get some. Adjust it with the pipe. And then, and this isn't 12-inch invert, this is 8-inch invert.
Yeah, it's an 8-inch pipe, 12-inch hole.
Well, on that side it says 12-inch invert.
It says 12-inch hole.
Oh. Just make sure you're paying attention.
23 3/4 plus 4 would be 27 3/4. Oof.
What is it? 1019.
pretty good. Alrighty. Yesterday we got the sewer all completed. Well, as far as we needed to go with it, we got it all stoned up. We got that last structure in, and now it's the next day. So we hooked up the hoses to each hydrant that they're going to be flushing the main out of. They're going to be here, I think right around now is when they're supposed to start showing up to pressure test the main, chlorinate it, test it, do all that fun stuff. So hopefully we have water on today, and while they do that, we don't really want to be working in the roadway, just in case, you know, they're gonna be out there and stuff like that. So Mike is starting to put together a fill pile that we have over there. We're gonna screen for a couple hours, it sounds like. So I'm gonna be in the loader, Mike's gonna be in the 336. He's gonna load it and I'm gonna discharge it. So we're gonna screen up some fill. We need some good clean fill. As you've seen, the rocks here are just insane. So we're gonna see if we can make some usable material that we can spread out and use and stuff like that. So we're gonna take advantage of this little time that we have to do that. But so we'll get working on that. Got to move the screener into position first. leave the wheels on the ground just a little bit. Screening is going pretty good today. Thankfully it's not too wet, so it's going through the screener pretty good. We only have the top row of screens on, so it's, I want to say it's probably like 3" minus, but that's good for like a fill. It's plenty. This Reed or RD40 screen all, I think that it's a Reed. It's the Builders. It's a good little unit. The 336 and the loader are definitely a little bit overkill for this machine, but the bucket like just fits inside this. But it works out pretty good, and it's you know, we've screened a lot of stuff with this little guy before, and I mean we put a motor in it for the Builder and everything like that too. The original motor got all screwed up and blew up, so we ended up putting a motor in it. But yeah, it's going pretty good, so see how the day goes. Mouthful of bucket. Woo. That's weird. It's getting nice. I wonder if you can get along one of these. These side cutters got loose somehow. I don't know. But these 3/4 big socket sets, these things are fairly available now for pretty short money. I want to say I paid like, I don't even think it was $100, and it's Vivor. The guy, I think I got it off the TikTok shop, believe it or not. But I mean, it's all the way up to 2" and 13/16. So 13/16 to 2". Not a skip set. This one came with a ratchet, the breaker bar, and 2 different extensions there. I mean, it's not bad for what you're getting. Would definitely recommend. You can see that they're flushing the main right there. So they must gonna be moved to the pressure test after.
That like Poland Spring shit, my dad always makes a joke, like you can just pick it out of a pond and open it. We had to be tested for the red.
You got enough spare, or you just gonna get?
It's a short key.
I blame the town that's why.
Yeah.
It's one of those units that has a 3/4 cans, osmosis and all that.
So we thought we almost had a problem. Thankfully, one of the gates just needed a little more oomph to tighten it and close it. And it was the last one down there. But it wasn't holding pressure, and so he brought out his equipment there. I don't know. You can like stick this thingy on the main or the gate, and you have a headset and you can hear if it's leaking. So they brought that out and everything, but it ended up just being a gate that was cracked just a teensy bit, and letting a little bit of air by. And so, but found that out, closed it, and it's holding pressure now. You can see that little red wheelbarrow looking thing with a motor on it. That's the unit that actually pressurizes the main. So they were just repressurizing it. And they suck water out of those trash cans and pump that into the main to get that to pressurize. So they're waiting. They gotta pump it up to a certain PSI, and then they can, it's got to be for X amount of time, and then they can relieve it. And I don't know, and then they chlorinate it. So far, so good. We got all the fill that was in this pile. We got that all screened up. You can see here that basically went to the sand. So they put some there. It's a big pile there. They put some over there. We'll use that to backfill the sewer. And yeah, and we got some extra clean stuff. Well, we need some clean stuff. But it's the end of the day. That didn't go terrible. Went pretty good. I think tomorrow we'll work on backfilling the sewer and working on that 15-inch ADS to get the drainage down. The testing, I think, went good. The pressure test and everything, the water main is on, so I guess you just have to wait for the chlorination or the like safety test results back on the water main, but it's chlorinated, so ready to go. I don't know what Mike's doing. He's driving all around. I gotta go get my gate key over there out of that. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. It's good when it's dry, but when it's wet, it's really bad. So you got to compact and everything. Leave that trench and drive over the loader or whatever, you sink right out of sight. So we got that compacted. We're going to start digging the trench for that ADS now. So we have a structure right there, right by his ripper. The orange line goes that one right there. And we do actually have driveways that cross over this trench, so but the rain, which apparently we're supposed to be getting tomorrow, is make that all like mucky. We gotta compact it. good right there? Pieces are so long. Pieces are so long.
Set out with it, needs to be pushed over.
Yep. Woo! Heat is cranking up out here. So we got a couple pieces, and I think this is piece 5, I believe. We got a structure right there, so we'll set that. I'll core the other 20-inch hole in that, and we'll put the remaining 10 feet or so in, and then I'm not quite sure what we're moving to next, but the road will basically have all the infrastructure that we need in. Town engineer wants us to vacuum test the structures and pressure test the sewer main, so we still have that to do, but the water main is good to go. That passed everything, so we've been all green lighted on that. We're pretty happy with our work with that too. There was quite a bit of fittings. I think Mike said over 200 bolts on the mega lugs that he had to tighten, so we did all that by hand. I know some guys use a gun, but we do everything by hand when it comes to that stuff. And but no leaks, held pressure, so we're happy with that. We're proud of ourselves. We got about, let's see, there's 3 hydrants, quite a few gates, bunch of fittings, and about 800 feet of pipe that was all good to go within one shot. So we're happy with that. We're proud of ourselves on that one. Hopefully the sewer comes back with good results too when we do the pressure testing and vacuum testing with that. The drainage here goes to the structure, and it will keep going, and there is a big galley system in the circle that will take all this. So this is pitching downhill that way, so all that water's going that way, and all the stuff over there is going to a retention pond out by that house that isn't sided. Yeah, see if we can we got a rock right there which we would have hit with the water main, so we'll get that out of the way, I think, and then we should be able to set the structure.
So I can stand up and go over there and shoot it into the pile. Or just help me drag it.
You can tell it's taking the water. Original grade is not working with us. They're flushing the main still. This hose has got a lot of pressure and we're trying to keep it from washing the stone into that hole. But me and Mike have swapped off that hose with that pressure and volume going through it. Is it's like wrestling a snake. It's tiring, but we've got a bucket and something to hold the hose up and everything. So, but boy, probably been sitting here doing this for 45 minutes now. The town's not gonna have any water after we're done with this. And it's out of our hands, you know. It's the water department's decision. It's the water department's doing. So, oh well. Get back to you when we're done with this. That up? Yeah, there you go.
Send you a regular manhole sheet, so you put on it's
Here, Mike, if you lift that up, put on your tailgate. Is that flat? Try it out. How's it work?
I don't know if I trust it yet.
Good move on recommending to set up the tent, Mike. It is pouring out now. Cementing up these ADS pipes, or at least this one for right now. I don't know if we'll be doing that one anytime soon, but we'll get it done. Got the cement job all completed. See, we got that one backfilled. We got the lid on the other one. So now we are removing some of this crusher run to kind of fill in right there where the 320 is. Fill kind of that hole in. Mike's in the 336, bailing up some more of that loom, trying to open up the front there. I'll show you in a second. We got the roadway somewhat painted out and the septic tanks painted out in the ground there. So we're gonna have to make quite a cut there because of how big these tanks are, and to be able to get the trucks in there to actually set the pieces. You can see here Mike is working on flipping that. So you can see right there, it's kind of hard to see. I can't really tell how much you can see, but the septic tanks are right there. So we're going to get this all flat, and we'll probably end up actually cutting it down a little bit more to be able to get those trucks right next to where the tank is so they can set the pieces. This is where I'm dumping this stuff. But moving along, we're getting there. It's extremely humid out now that we just got like probably like a quarter of an inch of rain within like an hour or something like that, probably even more. It's super hot now though, but that's all right. All the machines got good AC, so we're safe for today. So we're just about out of that crusher run. There's nothing left in that pile that we had a little bit ago. Pulling out of this screened pile of this base or fill that we made the other day. Dad's in the dozer starting to push it out, and just gonna use it to build up the road with what we can or what we have. This stuff's pretty decent, so we'll use this stuff. today. It's gonna wrap it up for the week. It's already pretty late. It's Friday. I already left. So we'll get a wrap up of how it all came out, I guess, on the next video. But it's we didn't do anything after I did all the rolling and everything. But it's starting to clean up pretty good there now. So we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. This is Monday, but I wanted to show you guys where we made out. Give you guys a final little look at what we did, but it turned out good. So this held up pretty good too. We got some rain over the weekend, but this will wrap up that video. Thank you for watching and have a great day.